Hi, welcome to Diana's Kitchen, or as we call it, La Tavola Diana. Tonight we are going to make roasted asparagus and bourbon and peach flavored pork chops. So we're going to get going. First thing we're going to, and I tried out my new tripod tonight, so let me know how you like it. So the first thing we're going to do is get the asparagus ready so we can roast. So let me just move the angle down here. See, how about that? So what we're going to do first of all is when you get your asparagus ready, you just want to break off the tip, the end like this. And wherever it snaps, it snaps. Okay? Very simple. And then I've already done a few. And then what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of olive oil on it and just mix it up like this. Put it on my pan. And then a little bit of salt. Like that. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of garlic powder. And I'm going to put this in the oven at like 425 for probably about 10 minutes. And we don't want any limp asparagus. I like mine stiff. So one of the things that we're going to make is we're going to make this with bourbon. And I don't think I've had too much bourbon. I'm a little whiskey girl normally. So I bought a bottle of wild turkey. Because my friend Bill McCart drinks wild turkey. I'm just going to taste it just to see if I like bourbon. Oh yeah, this will do. Okay, so what I've done, and I'll bring my little camera back in, and I'll move it down. Okay, I put a couple of tablespoons of butter on the pan. I'm just going to add just a little bit of olive oil to it. And then I have some pork chops that I've gotten, family-sized pork chops. And I'm going to put a little salt. Oops, sorry, Michelle. I'll try to get it for you. And pepper. Just season them a little bit. And then to this pan right here, we're going to just throw in some shallots. One shallot. And we're just going to let this cook a little bit. And by the way, I have not made this recipe yet, so I'm kind of like following directions here. So we're going to saute the shallots for like 2 to 3 minutes. And I have it on like a medium flame. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to season the other side of my pork. Like that. Just kind of like rub it in there a little bit. Get that seasoning in there. And you always want to brown your meat before you do anything with it. So I'm just going to place my pork in here because we're going to brown it. And it's really, literally just throwing all the ingredients into this pan and then baking it. So it shouldn't take very long. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my rest of my little shot. Okay, I'm going to flip these over and just let them brown a little bit on the side. And I'm setting up my ingredients to throw in. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of butter, which I've already put in the pan, a half a cup of peach preserve, a third of a cup, and my cup runneth over, of bourbon, and I'll explain to you what that means. 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper, and a half a cup of chicken broth. So let's see how our asparagus looks. And it looks pretty good. Not wilty. Looks pretty firm, just the way I like it. So I'm just going to take that out. And then I'm going to lower the heat, the temperature to 400. And we're going to put our meat in. I'm going to take the meat out of the pan right now. Just put it aside. All right. And to this, let me just move the little camera up here. Isn't this nice? Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, so we're going to add to this 1/2 cup of peach preserves. I know my son's saying pork and peaches again, Mom. We're going to add, okay, so here's my theory for adding any kind of liquor into any kind of food. So what I do is it calls for 1/3 cup. So, you know, just to make it interesting, it's 1/3 cup and my cup runneth over. And that's how I do that. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. A 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And 1/2 cup of chicken broth. And I'm just going to let this stir in here, like so. And also what I like to do is, I'm a fanatic for peaches. My son will kill me for this, but I like to just add a couple of extra peaches to the mixture here. Because pork and peaches is good. I mean, some people are say like, oh my God, pork and peaches. My son, to be exact. So anyways, we're just going to let that sit for a little bit until the preserves are melted, which they almost are. And then we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to put this on top of this, and we're going to bake it in the oven for probably about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, so we're going to take this. We're going to put it, most of it in the pan. We're just going to save a little bit of it just to put it on top when we're done. And then we're going to put it in the oven for probably about 15 minutes or so. And we'll be back. Okay, I was trying to read my little temperature gauge over here to see what the temperature for pork is, because I got a new one and I need this. So according to this, it says it's supposed to be 145 degrees Fahrenheit. So I hired the heat because it was only at 400. There was nowhere near ready. Okay, so our timer went off. I'm going to pull this out. Looks really good. I don't know if you can see that. I had one slight malfunction. I left the meat timer, my meat little thingy, I left it in the pork, and it kind of melted the top, so I have to see if I can get a replacement. We're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to plate it. Okay, here comes the test. Here we go. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Bourbon, peaches, and pork chops with asparagus. So I'm going to cut it. Give myself a little peach with it. And let's see. Let's bring it up so you can see my face. Can't taste the bourbon, which you can't. You're not supposed to. I'll get my mouth full, sorry. Peaches are good. Shirley Falco, thank you very much. We have a winner. Talk to you guys later. Ciao. Enjoy.